we would like to know what are the official language of Philippines. As we know, we have Tagalog and English. So people in Philippines, they speak both the languages, sir?
Yes, English is an official language. Tagalog is one of many Philippine languages, but it is the basis for the national language. It is the principal basis. It's based on more languages, but that it becomes the backbone of the national language that we now call Filipino.
Filipino language.
Filipino. And I think until about 30 years ago, if memory serves, even Spanish was, just because of our history, even Spanish was an official language in the Philippines. I was part of the generation where learning Spanish was mandatory.
Okay.
So, but anyway, most Filipinos now, most Filipinos speak English, so our foreign friends, Indian friends visiting would not have any problems communicating. The lingua franca when it comes to Philippine languages is indeed Filipino, which is based on Tagalog. Of course, the other languages also have, millions of speakers.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, about the your explanation about the languages, sir. Sir, how many languages do you know, sir?
In varying degrees, and I mean, you learn the language, you gain proficiency, but of course you move around, and sometimes it gets gradually extinguished. But anyway, of course, when in university, I had like 7 years of Latin, which is a good foundation for learning other European Romance languages. So from Latin, I graduated to French, and then just because I was assigned to Austria, then I picked up German. And then I've always had this fascination with Japan, and so from a young age, and fortunately I got to be assigned to Tokyo, so I got to learn to read and speak Japanese. And then before India, I was in Shanghai in China, and again I used the time, my spare time, to learn Mandarin. So there's so many languages. My aspiration, and I hope I will have the time for it, is to learn Hindi, or one of the many beautiful languages here in India.
So I would like to say my viewers that we can learn from him. How he is spending his time learning. You can imagine, as an ambassador, he has a lot of responsibility. But apart from that, he has a time for learning. So we can learn from his experience. Wherever he goes, where he is appointed, he learns something or other things. So I would say language is an important part of our life. So furthermore, sir, we want to know, there is a G Cine channel in Philippines, in which it is mainly for the people who watch Bollywood movies or the Indian movies, sir. And these movies are dubbed in Tagalog languages. And there is one famous director, Mr. Brillant Mendoza. He is a famous Filipino director who got the Best Director Award in the Cannes Film Festival in 2012. And recently he was in India. Before that he attended the Mumbai International Film Festival, Goa International Film Festival, and he also attended the Kolkata International Film Festival. In Mumbai International Film Festivals, he got the movie Captives, which were meant for the Indian audience in these festivals. So it means that we have a lot of relationships in the cultural sectors.
Yes.
But could you please tell me about this G Cine channel, sir? Okay. When it is started?
Well, I think that channel started I think around 2015, 2016, thereabouts, and as you have said, it screens mostly Bollywood movies, Hindi movies dubbed in Tagalog, dubbed in Filipino, our indigenous language, our national language, in fact, to reach more audiences. But I think it's important to say that it wasn't the start of the popularity of Bollywood. It is an indication, in fact, of the popularity of Bollywood, or just Indian cinema, because Bollywood is just Hindi, but you have other like Bengali and Assam and other film traditions. So I think it attests more to the popularity of Indian films in the Philippines, as it is, as they are popular in many other parts of the world. Indian movies have sort of gained traction in the Philippines. Even I think in the 90s and the early 2000s, people have been following it. And you know what? I think what I should say is that it derives largely also from the our similar personalities that I spoke about earlier. You know, you hear music, you know, then your body begins moving. Philippine movies for the longest time up until now, but not as much as Bollywood nowadays, but certainly in the earlier days, whether it be drama, action, comedy, or you know, even the saddest story, the directors would find a scene where, you know, people would peek behind the tree and just, you know, burst into song or dance. So that kind of scene, when the Filipinos discovered that Bollywood has that, immediately this, you know, strong connection that, you know, we're the same, we have the same personality. And Philippine cinema tradition is like Indian cinema tradition, started I think with the dawn even of moving pictures.
Okay.
From the introduction in the later 1800s, film came to the Philippines, film also came to India.
Okay.
Our respective first local films, locally made films, were just years apart from each other. I think India's came out in maybe 1911, 12 or 13. Ours came out around 1919, you know, the first full Filipino film. And for the longest time, Filipinos and Indians, I think even going by the Guinness Book of World Records, were the #1 audiences physically going to cinemas for so many years. But of course, the Philippines, just because trends became more different, we sort of lost that crown. But Indians remain quite fascinated and enthusiastic about going to cinema. And I think the final point that I would like to mention there is this Cinema Connect that you mentioned, this exchanges via film, cooperation via film, is something that we are also trying to pursue very avidly here at the embassy. We have met with the Producers Guild of India. We have met with the National Film Development Corporation to try to look for spaces, you know, where we can do co-productions, location shooting in the Philippines, location shooting here for Filipino filmmakers. So I think we're on the cusp of something big as well. So we've started the flights, so we've done economic, we've done defense cooperation, etc. But I'm glad that there's also this cinema aspect that now holds so much promise.
Thank you so much for your efforts in doing wonderful work in India, sir. Okay, sir. We would like to know, sir, in Philippines there are various famous university like University of Santo Tomas, University of Philippines, and Asian Institute of Management, sir, which is popular among Indian students. And sir, we heard that in one of the university we have a bust of Mother Teresa. So could you please tell us about this, sir?
Yeah, well, the bust of Mother Teresa, I believe, was donated by the Embassy of India in the Philippines around 2012 or 2013. The University of Santo Tomas is one of Asia's, if not the oldest, one of Asia's oldest universities. It's a pontifical university, very Catholic, and I think this is the reason why the bust of Mother Teresa was decided to be honored and put there. I had the privilege of meeting Mother Teresa.
Oh, wonderful, sir.
In person as a young man. And that was about nearly 40 years ago, 39 years ago.
So it could be in which year, sir?
Sorry?
In which year, sir?
That would be 1986.
1986.
That would be 1986. When I was studying in Catholic seminary, and I was what do you call this? I was the so-called acolyte. Assisting in the liturgical, in the ceremony, in the religious celebration. And Mother Teresa at that time was the guest of honor for the perpetual vow, for the profession of vows of her sisters in Manila, and I was serving in that mass, Catholic mass, and she addressed the congregation, and I was holding the microphone to her lips. So I was very, very close to her, you know. So that's a privilege. I love talking about that when I visit Kolkata, when I visit her sisters in the Missionary of Charity. So Mother Teresa is honored, of course, certainly across the Philippines, and has now found a place for her bust or for her memorial in the University of Santo Tomas. I must mention, of course, that not just Mother Teresa, who has a connection with India, but the father of the Indian nation himself, Mahatma Gandhi, has a monument in another university, the Miriam College in Quezon City, also within the capital, unveiled by no less than then President Ramnath Kovind. And at that time, I was Deputy Director General in the Foreign Ministry in Manila. So I was there for that unveiling, and I took part in sort of making the arrangements to have that bust installed there. But yeah, and as for the other part of your question about other universities, yes, Asian Institute of Management, that's a graduate school for business and economics courses. And a lot of Indians are alumni of that university. In fact, I'm very good friends with the network of AIM alumni here in Delhi and elsewhere. Some of them have, as a testament to the quality of education that they picked up from AIM, have risen to very high executive level, C-level even positions in Indian companies.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. You told us about your universities, and one more thing, we got to know that you have a memorable experience with Mother Teresa ji. So we are happy that you had Indian connections before becoming an ambassador here in India. Okay, sir. Sir, very few people know that the Philippines have one award that they give every year. The name of that award is Ramon Magsaysay Award. This award is named after the former president of Philippines. Could you please tell us about it?
Thank you. The Ramon Magsaysay Award takes its name from that president, President Ramon Magsaysay, who perished in a tragic plane crash in 1957. Okay. But over the course of his service in government, and especially during his presidency, has just left an indelible mark in the hearts of our peoples, my mother included, about the high level of service that the excellence and the compassionate service that public servants should be giving. So this high level and degree of excellence of service, as a tribute to those principles, to those values, Ramon Magsaysay Foundation has been created, which has been giving out awards for several decades now. It's the 60s, if I'm not mistaken, since the mid 60s or even early 60s. To those individuals or organizations that represent these values of heartfelt service. And it's come to be known over those decades as sort of the equivalent of the Nobel Prize in Asia. So it's a great honor, and I am proud to say, as ambassador to India, that so many Indians have received this award. Like, I think I don't have the exact number, but so many. And in fact, last year, we hosted the foundation to a visit here in which we sort of met some of the laureates of the Magsaysay Award. The more, this year's edition of the award, of the 3 awardees, one again came from India. This time an organization, Educate Girls.
Oh, wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for this contribution for Indian people, sir. Your country recognizes us in the form of award. It's really, sir, commendable, sir. Thank you for that, sir. And sir, we would like to know that, is there any message for Indian people, sir?
Well, being ambassador to India, I think 2 things. First is just really to pay tribute to the Indian nation under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji, but also to the almost 1.5 billion Indians now, for what the nation that they have created, diverse but very united country, and now gaining in stature and influence worldwide. I mean, whether political or economic or cultural. And I'm happy to be here in India at a time that, India is flourishing so much, and at this point in its history, when it's just really rising as a country. That's a great privilege. I think the second message that I'd want to give is, I'd like to thank Indians for their support for the friendship between the Philippines and India. And our relationship is rising in tandem with the respective rise of our nations. Our nations are both growing, but I'm happy to say that even as our nations are both growing, the friendship and the cooperation is also growing. In fact, now a strategic partnership, and we look forward and we look to the avid support and unremitting support of our Indian friends in all sectors, whether you are young people or students or businessmen or in government or anywhere else, in shoring up and driving our relationship forward. I think that the Philippines and India working together can be a force for good, and our common aspiration for a peaceful, secure, and prosperous larger Indo-Pacific region. So our bilateral friendship certainly has promise for our respective national developmental goals, but I think in the end, we also measure it in terms of its positive impact on the region, and I'm happy to say that is also an area where our two countries will be a force for good.
Thank you so much, sir, for your honest views. I think we can learn from you, because you have contributed a lot for India and Philippines relationships, sir. As we can see, with your presence, our president from Philippines arrived in India. You have started a direct flight between the two countries. You have started visa-free entries for Indian people to Philippines. Apart from that, sir, you are contributing to our health initiatives, like you conduct yoga classes in your embassy premises. It shows that you have a true love and honesty towards Indian people. And sir, we wish you all the best. Thanks a lot for their cooperations, especially the Excellency Ambassador and Mr. Ron for their contribution for making this podcast happen. I wish that in future also we will have such type of collaborations to boost India and Philippines ties. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure is ours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. I would like to invite Miss Naveen Bhasin to present a symbol of respect and love for His Excellency.